Hi, I'm Beezy, and it is April 1st. It's the new moon, very big energies, and I'm doing day 19. Um, so I don't know. It's just, I think 24 days left before I got to get in the truck and leave. And all of me is tired on every level and every layer. And um, maybe that's my update. I don't know. I still have a sense of humor. It's a little wry New Yorkish today. Um, Good day, long day at work. I started in town at 6 o'clock this morning, knocking on the post office um, door window. They open at 5:30, and what I was there to pick up was, beep 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 beep. I said, I'm here to pick them up. So I got a box for the ranch of 28 different baby chicks. And so I'll get them started. Then other people will raise them up to be fine, hopefully fine young egg laying chickens. So it's a mix of different birds, red star and black star and aronica and some Wyandottes and some Rhode Island Reds. I think that's all. But really good egg layers, really friendly chickens. And so that's how I started my day. And it was nice to see all the fluffy ones. And all of them arrived okay. They called me from the company on Wednesday at like 12:30 my time. They were just hatching, and they would then sex them all and then put them in their box and off on the plane. They arrived in Seattle last night at 9 o'clock, and I picked them up this morning. So that's how part of the day started, and um, just a lot of work running around. I didn't get. Sometimes I get a lunch and I get to come home and spend a little bit of time on either kind of organizing what I'm taking or um, uh, working a little bit on the business or sitting down for 5 minutes. But I didn't get done on any of that. So when I got off work today, I walked in the door about 6:15 and said, "That's it. I'm going to do my little video, and then I'm just gonna." It's a precious evening, so I don't have many times left. But I'm decided I'm going to take the evening just to, I don't know, stare at the wall or listen to a new conversation um, that I listen to from Zach, who comes in. So I'm not sure. So I guess I just wanted to share that I'm all of me is tired, and it's a funny thing because occasionally I do kind of get overwhelmed and spin and stuff, and it's not the same kind of thing, but it's probably in the realm of overwhelm. How do I get it all done? And because I have the thought, maybe everything's going to seem more to do, more to get done, more to, you know, hustle to work it all out. So, which is why it tells me that the best thing I can do tonight is to just um, focus on going in the heart. And so all of this made me reflect on um, how valuable it is for me to be going through this process and share it. And I was having a conversation with with my MGs about that, and a different one with my soul about that, um, because this is part of the way that I can help um, people with whatever their transitions are. One of the things that struck me really today is that the energies are so fast and everything is moving because time is ceasing more and more and more to exist. Yet there's new experiences, new revelations, new light on many levels, new illuminations coming in. And so we seem to be, either running, it's not the same treadmill, we're running, because we're catching up to ourselves. I think that's the thing, we're speeding up, our vibration is speeding up, our consciousness is jumping and speeding up, we're processing in our body all sorts of things much faster. And so we're kind of, speeding up to try to catch up to all of us there. And so, you get to the end of the day, you think, well, yeah, that was weird when that happened. And you're thinking of it as it happened, 4, 5, 6 days ago. And someone says, that happened at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So in that process, what I'm thinking of, and just as I getting some inspirations to create some different things and to play in different ways and to put that out to people, I'm getting guidance and downloads and really cool experiences to play in new and bigger ways. And so I'll offer that and see if people want to do those things. But it's all about creativity. It's all about heart alignment and soul alignment, and it's all about actionable spirituality where there's a balance, where we are here in embodiment, we agree to do that, and we are multidimensional, and we're either really mastering that or beginning to master that or just letting that sink in. The two are on the same level, the same strength, same magnitude, and when we weave them together and we create a solid platform with that, then we can do anything, create anything, be anything, even if we're in a dense pocket of energies or perceived reality, maybe in a job or something like that. We can do that. So that's really what's coming clear. I've been waiting and playing with it and trying to put wording around it, and that's starting to crystallize, to come clear, so that when we have those tools, first of all, it's a great way to play with that. We could work on little things or big things, and we can actually play and bring more of our abilities and gifts online. And the way that that's coming through for me, as being shown experientially for myself, I'm working with beings and some of the things that I'm doing. I'll mention that in a second. But my brain skipped. That platform. So when we're in that, so the platform is us. It's organic. It's unique to us. It's molds and creates to us. But we get in that alignment, that heart trinity that I'm talking about. So your high heart, your soul, and yourself comes into alignment, and the feeling in your body when that occurs is off the charts, stupendously magnificent. And then what you focus on, in a way, provided that it's expansive and you're moving forward, because unless you want the other stuff to come quick, that starts to come forward. So that's really very cool. But what it's also doing is you have the ability now in these energies to align yourself so that you can, again, I'm just going to use a linear kind of visual construct for that. You can reach back into other times, other embodiments where you had a mastery in maybe it was in some form of art, or maybe it was in some form of healing, or maybe it was in some form of technology, right? You had a mastery. You can reach back into that. This is a lot of the work and training I've done with the cetaceans and the whale healings and stuff. And you can reach back into that and bring it forward and fully reactivate it in this vessel, in not only the DNA that's more on the molecular level of you, but then also in your 144 strand quantum DNA, right? So it's a combination of, you can reach, quote unquote, reach back and pull that forward that DNA and activate it into full mastery, you can, what I asked to do, I said, well, that's great, but I would like to do something on my own, in this body. I mean, I don't, not knocking past really cool things I could do, bring those in. So you can then, and I'm starting, well, I've actually done a bunch of those things. They're coming online. It's fascinating. It's been about a year and a half now. And then I've done some where I've taken in real time the changes within me and blended it to that. And then now pulling totally new things in, which has been going on about, I don't know, 9 months or about a year, 9 months to a year. So what I'm discovering is this platform I'm talking about, again, organic to me, where it's my high heart, my soul, and myself. So this vessel, and it changes everything. It's like picking up a magic wand. It's like picking up a super, super, super sentient, high-powered computer where you're co-creating together and maybe materializing a 3D something. And so the reason I was thinking about that today is that now is the time for all of us to do that. And when I was then playing with how fast everything is going, we tend to forget, something like I said, you're thinking about it happen and you seem like it happened several days ago and it was just today. So when we're working with practices, maybe we have daily practices or not, or we'd like to, maybe we're working on a focus, and with that pace of moving fast through time, we kind of lose our footing. We lose our perceptual anchoring and energetic and physiological spatial relation to what's going on. And so it just seems like everything just goes by, and in which case we're never grounding really, and we're never anchoring in through our heart and our soul into source. And so we're kind of going along, caught in the flow, and which is a good thing. I mean, it's better than being stuck, but you're caught in the flow. And so it's hard to consciously navigate. It's hard to consciously focus and create and pull these things into focus, pull our concentration around them, and then say, okay, that I'm going to play with and I'm going to bring this out. And the beauty of doing just what I talked about, of not the hard part, but the giving intention to it and carrying it through, is because now you can really, it's like building blocks. You can actually hone something with metal and hone something else and put them together, and you've created a whole new thing that is energetic and is now taking on physical form that is actionable, that you can sit on it, you can create it, you can drive away in it, you can do all these kinds of things. And so that's really where my soul is guiding me, and that's what's really exciting me, because kind of the saying I've come up with on the website, LLHE, Living Life in HD, and my business, is that I'm my best customer. So I'm wanting to figure out, how the heck do I do these things? Bring this to me and bring that to me. And so I'm calling that forth and doing it. And anyway, so I was just playing with that and really noticing that would be cool and really fun and helpful if lots of beings were playing with that, because then we could kind of walk up to someone and say, hey, I want to play with this and you seem to be interested in that. What if we, get together and create this? Could be any number of bazillions of permutations. It just seems another way to really engage in play and to answer the question. A lot of people say, well, how do we build all these new things in the new earth? Because we are building everything brand new. Any of the old energies won't stand in what comes forward, because that's all born of a fraud. And so we want it, we can envision it, we want to build it, we're the ones who build it. We're not waiting for somebody else to build it and then bring it to us, because that's the old energies and that's not supported either. So anyways, it's actually talking about it gives me energy, so that's a good sign to me that it's on the right path. I still think I'm just going to go stare at the wall for a while. And one other thing I wanted to share, which is very fun. I think I talked about it last night, maybe, in the daily journal, and I'm going to put it out to offer kind of the same a month of testing and stuff for those who are interested. But this protocol, one of the protocols I've developed, which is it's a monthly process, and I offered it to the group of founding members for the Inspired Expansion membership that I have, and I just think of them now as founding members and helping me launch creatively and in a play way and energetic based. These people step forward, and there's something about the moment that they step forward and the beings who step forward that there's more play to go forward with that. So that's really kind of beginning a fun, energetic. But one of the things I was nudged to ask them if they wanted to play was a month of where I do this remote. It's an energetic process, and I'll go more into detail about it when I'm awake. But I was nudged today, so I'm going to do that, to write it out, and I'll put it out to the newsletter and everything else. Give you more information about, more description, and see if you would like to come for a month and say, yep, I would like to raise my hand and jump in. You don't have to do anything. So it's a really low time commitment. And play and have me do this protocol for you for the month. And again, I'll give you all the specifics of that. But one of the things that made me think about it was, again, more detail. Maybe I didn't say this yesterday. I was just writing the letter. But for the 5 families that came forward and said, so not everybody chose to do it, but the five families that did come forward, and this part of the thing, you can say, yes, I'd like to do it, and my family is this. So it could be a husband and wife, or partners, it could be children, it could be in-laws, it could be a combination of things. Animals, absolutely. There was a bunch of animals in 3 of the 5 families had animals. And so, because it works excellent on those as well. I've done it with, I do it all the time, continuing with myself and Keegan and Xander and Rose, and actually some of the horses and stuff around here too, as a separate family. But so I asked, I said that it was the end of this first trial run that we had, and if there were others who, wanted, in the founding members who wanted to continue, and started to get some lovely feedback of what they felt, because you don't know when I'm doing it once a week, and I'm going through the process, and the process is expanding and deepening. And it's very interesting. One of the things when I was tuning in I did it, something was very important about doing it at the end of the first quarter, right, setting up before the new moon today. And so I think it was probably 5:30 in the morning when I was doing that, and I was outside, and but the vignettes that came in, the videos that came in for me, and the whole experience towards the end was part of what I was asked to do, was to bring in the land, or not only the abode where the families, I don't know anything about this from the people, but to bring that in and have someone in the family, and it could have been multiples, to just share a vista that was important, or calling from their heart. Could be looking out their window. There's no specification. These were things that I was guided to. I'm kind of channeling as I do it, and guided through to do it. And the vistas were lovely, and a lot of them seem to be a combination of otherworldly. So Gaia looking, right, but also they just had a feel, they had a quality in the color and luminescence. There was an otherworldly feel to it as well. And so I shared, a little bit of that in the thing that I brought forward. But I just want to mention that this seems to be an all over video journal, but I feel better. So thank you for having me come and play with this with you. Because I feel better because my energy is flowing, because these are the things that are flowing through me. And I think that's why I put in that whole thought of what I was playing with. Now is the time for us to do this, because the grind or the waiting or, oh, well, things nice and just sailing along, but not in the trueness and the vitality and brilliance of who we are, which could be just absolutely plain giggles and fun all moments of the day forward. We're even not. It's like we think we're living in color and we're really living in grayscale. And by what I'm learning and what I'm bringing in from the etheric realms into me, is showing me that, and I'm really good at, it has been for years, processing all sorts of different levels of color that I can pull out of the landscape, more 5D range of colors. But I don't know, it just absolutely fires the imagination to see all the vivaciousness that we can truly live in when we're just resting. when we come into all of us. And I guess part of me is wanting that to be part of my work and how I can be of service, but a big part of me is wanting other people to colorize so that we can come play together in a just magnificently HD color, high def, high resolution, high crystal quality, and that's very energizing. So there you go. It's an odd one, but it was make me feel better. So let me know your thoughts. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you what are you calling forth? And like I'll say, I'll send out it to the whole my whole mailing list. Would you like to come play? It doesn't cost you anything. I've been asked to offer this just kind of as a challenge. Do you want to come play? Do you want to get in balance? And it's actually more than that. It's more about the crystal alignment and the heart alignment. But I'll put that out and see if people want to come, just do as an experiment. And it will be something I'll be offering as a a monthly, just a low fee monthly thing to to do the work, because it does take a bunch of time to do it and energy. But anyways, that's something that if you want to play with, you can catch the email that I send out about that in the next day or so. I love you.